Hi guys, this is Reddit Reacts, and right now I'm at AskReddit, and I will react to a post by Yu Soren. He asks, "What are some tips for conversations with your crush?" Alright, I'll answer it first. I think the number one tip for conversing with your crush is to not put them in a pedestal. Even though you think that they are so great, they are so amazing, just don't make them feel like they are in a pedestal, because once they feel like they are above you, they will look down on you and you will not have that common ground. I think I think that's the number one rule, because even though you wanna like compliment the girl or the guy, like, hey, you're so beautiful, hey, you're so hot, I don't think that that's a good starter, because the girl will think that this guy is obsessed with me. And I don't like guys who are obsessed. I like guys who are in the same level, in the same headspace as I am. Alright, that's my number one tip. So let's look at the tips from our Redditors. Um by the way, before I even continue, let me just explain that I am not from the West. I am not American. I am not from UK or any English speaking countries. I just learned English from school. I'm from Asia. So if my accent or grammar or pronunciation is so bad, please just, just think about it as me trying my best. All right? So, okay, let's begin. So this is Insanity Drive, and he says that you should find common topics to talk about. That should guarantee some conversation. That is true, but I think more than finding a common topic to talk about, I think you should find a niche on that topic. What I'm trying to say is, for example, um, I have a crush and I started talking to him. I said, "Hey, have you watched the Avengers?" And then he will say, "Yeah, I watched the Avengers. I think it's a cool movie." And then we'll go back and forth like that, right? I think it leads to nowhere. I think a much better starter would be, "Hey, have you watched the Avengers?" And then your crush will say, "Yeah, I think it's good." And then I will next begin with, "Have you seen Black Widow? I think she's so amazing. What do you think of her?" And then he'll say that, "Yeah, I think she's cool. It's so sad that she died. Yeah, and I read in the comics that Black Widow actually blah blah blah. And Black Widow's parents are actually blah blah blah." I don't know. I haven't actually read about Black Widow. But just focus on a niche aside from having a common topic. So Jim Cricket said, "Oh yeah, when I met my girlfriend for the first time, I asked her like three questions or something, and we ended up talking about GNR for about 2 hours, because there are certain topics you can talk about with someone just through one question. Anything with music, animals, that kind of stuff." True, that's what I'm trying to say. Find a niche within a topic. I think that is more effective. Alright, so let's go to the answer of programming pants. That's a weird username. Alright. A conversation with your crush should ideally be indistinguishable from a conversation with a good friend. Okay, so Moniker799 says, "Now, is this raising the standard of who you consider a crush, or good friends or ideal crushes?" Well, here's my take. Don't force it. Don't be don't force stuff. Don't be like, I need to be indistinguishable. It's not. Just be normal. Just don't force it. Don't force yourself to be funny. I think it's so obvious when you're forcing your stuff, when you're forcing your jokes. So I don't believe in this advice. Sorry, programming fans. Alright. So this Banana Wama Jama said, "What if I have no friends to reference?" You have Reddit friends or not? That is so funny. Do you guys have friends? Do you know anyone? I don't know anyone who has no friends. I have like three friends, and I have like three friends, right? And I think I always get lonely because I only have like three friends I can call. Alright, so Starborn 420 said, don't think about the 50 different possible conversations you'll have with him or her the next day. Let it be natural. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Just be natural. Don't put them in a pedestal. Don't act crazy. That's like the number one tip. And it's the hardest to follow. Be honest and be true to you. Don't be what your crush wants you to be just because. True. That is so true. This is what I've been saying since the beginning. Because if you're forcing yourself to be what your crush wants you to be, then he or she isn't liking the real you. And then when you get tired of pretending who you're not, and then your crush will say, "Oh, I don't like you anymore. You've changed," and you've actually just wasted potential, right? For our row, alright, Arrowhead says, "Oh, so you aren't supposed to break in the middle of the night with a ski mask and a rusty butcher knife. Dude, you need to go to like therapy or something if you're like this. This is subnormal." Sklad MRT Veshrola. Listen to me closely. Do not piss yourself. People really piss themselves when they talk to their crushes. That is weird. But I don't know. I think people who has very low self-esteem and their crush gives them attention for like a second, they piss their pants. Why are you scared? Or did you piss on your crush? That is that is don't do that. This is not NSFW. No magic words. Be polite, be yourself, give a greeting and ask how she or he is. For example, hi, how are you? Well, alright, you say that to everyone. That's simple and friendly. This may take you a few goes until a conversation starts. Every time you walk past them, say that. If you stop all of a sudden, you won't get anywhere. Try to talk to her when she or he is not busy. What is this? This is like boring shit. If they are busy, you shall most unlikely cease to talk. If they are one of your classes at school, or in your school at least, or if they are at your work, neighborhood, etc., they're all advantages. Consider them. The first conversations aren't supposed to be long at all, because you have just met and it'll avoid awkwardness. Sometimes first ones can be long, but not always, and it's going to keep them short. Okay, I understand what he's saying. So he's saying like you don't have to force stuff. That's correct. And just because it's your first conversation doesn't mean it should be long and special. What he's trying to say is, um, if the natural flow of the conversation is just short and concise, let it be because there is always a next time. And you just have to push, you just have to believe that your crush will still talk to you. I think your crush will more the probability of your crush talking to you more is higher if you're not forcing stuff and if you're just enjoying the conversation. All right. So, um DSG72 says, try to make it like a conversation with anyone else. Don't overthink. Very true. Daniel Clark says, be yourself. That's the best thing that you can ever be. Don't try to be something that your crush would want. If they don't like who you are, then they aren't who you are. Huh? If they don't like who you are, then they are not who you are. Of course they are not who you are. Why would you be your crush's why would your crush be you? I think what the person is trying to say at bullet number one is if your crush does not like you as you, then that means what they're liking is the person that is not you. I think you're getting the idea. But yeah, what I'm trying to say since the beginning, right? Don't view your crush as a crush. Just talk to them. Yeah, don't put them in a pedestal. just act natural. I know that in your head you think that they're the most amazing person, but I think it's more advisable if you just think of them like, don't make a person more than a person. A person is just a person, nothing more. Alright? They're not special. Because everyone is special, so she's not special. Because you are special, he is special, everyone's special. So no one is special actually. Talk about common topics. My relationship with my crush turned girlfriend started like this. We started off talking mainly about school stuff. Well, we had half of our classes together that year we met, and we were like a dynamic duo in chemistry class. So it made sense for the basis of our conversation to be mainly about school. At some point, we moved on to our personal lives. You know, the basics like family, siblings, things we do outside of school, friends, etc. Then we started going into deeper conversation with discussion on taboo topics, things that define taboo topics. I think I know what you guys are sending each other. Things that define our personalities and just topics that require a bit of thought. I don't know. When you see topics that require a bit of thought, it's like that you're asking your crush about like Karl Marx or something like that. What does he or she thinks about the government, the free market? Is that it? Bit of thought. Actually, I asked that the first time when a potential guy is like hitting on me. I always ask, "What do you think about the free market? What is your opinion on socialism and communism? What do you think is better?" Am I weird or are you normal? As long as you can find a way to increase from surface level shit, intimacy can build over time just from something like this. It also helps if you're funny, but if she likes you, she'll laugh at everything you say no matter how corny that shit is. That is very true. Like, my crush doesn't even like me. I think my crush hates me, yet I laugh at it.